Hi there. This week for Chapter 11, I'm doing a little bit different type of lecture. When I went through the chapter again, it was very clear this is a very simple chapter, which we all have experiences with, so it makes it easier to relate to, and it's not quite as technical. The chapter is computers at work, school, and home. So what I thought I would do is I would really go through the objectives, though, because with each chapter you have these objectives, and the material is supposed to meet the objectives because that's what you're supposed to learn. So I thought I would go through the material and also provide some additional information that I found very interesting as I was doing this research for you guys. So the first thing I want to talk about is the first objective is describe how digital technology has changed the way people work in factories, offices, homes, and a variety of industries. So I'm sure we can all think of ways where it's changed just in your home. You might have an alarm system at your home. You might have some kind of, you most likely have computers at your home. You might have an automatic thermostat at your home where you can change the temperature based upon your phone. Um, you probably have cell phones. All of these things have impacted the way, even at our house, how we live. Factories have increased with automation. The number of workers in a car factory has decreased significantly as more robotics has, you know, been developed to create parts of the engine, assemble, and the role of the human is more of oversight and pieces that the automation cannot do. If you ever looked at how they design a chip, for example, creating chips, all of that is done by automation. They have machines that do that. And now even in healthcare, we have lots of types of devices that actually will do the surgery using laser through an automated arm where the actual device is being controlled through automation, but the surgeon is in another room just kind of not even using a mouse because it's not as precise as the computer is in terms of going to the location, identifying the size of the tumor to be cut out, and then using the amount of laser technology needed to do it. But anyhow, there's a huge change. So describe several ways digital technology has changed positively and negatively. So does technology cause unemployment? What do you think? We can pretend we're playing Jeopardy. Do, 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 do. Well, because this is a one-way communication, I'm not going to get any answers back. So what I did was I went and I started to do some research. Does it? So lo and behold, this week, the Harvard Business Review comes back and says, computers don't kill jobs, but they increase inequality. So what does that mean? Well, what it means, if you read the article, is that automation has not just it hasn't actually reduced jobs, but it has significantly changed jobs. And they give the example, and I'd really like for you to look at it, of a graphic of what happened when desktop publishing, which used to be done by typographers in the 80s, where they would actually create the layout, and then they were the ones who actually then would be able to then have it printed. That has entirely changed, and instead a new occupation grew, and that was graphic designers. So the skill level changed radically. So what happens with unemployment? Well, what the Harvard Business Review says is that those that are not able to make the change in the skills, they are the ones then who are really impacted as jobs are lost. Computers don't cause technological unemployment. But if workers are unable to pick up the new skills, that's where the problem is. So this was a really great, the annual net effect of computer automation on computer occupation job growth. So if you were a low wage, you had a greater chance. So one of the things is there was a big concern about bank tellers. What would happen with the ATM? Was there less of a need for bank tellers? And what the results show is that the skills that they now want bank tellers to do increased because they wanted to expand the role of the bank. All right? But you can see high wage earners, people that have these skills. And you in this IT class, you're getting some of the skills that you need. Those people, the job growth is immense. So I would like you to look at this article, because I think it really explains. It's not that computers are taking away jobs. But in order for workers to be able to stay current, you have to be able to learn new skills. And you're right now in college learning new skills, but you have to learn new skills all your life. Learning is just a part of your everyday living. And that's pretty much what this article says. So I will have a link to it, but I thought that was really great. All right, continuing on, back to our PowerPoint. Speculate on how our society will adjust as more jobs are automated. And I think I pretty much said, learning has got to be a critical component. You never stop learning. If you stop learning, then you stagnate. You can't expect to be considered for raises. You can't expect anything. So for example, when I ran my consulting division, people who were continually learning new technology skills, they were more important to me because I could put them on more jobs. So learning has a bigger impact than just what you're doing right now. If you're just doing what you always do, then you're not going to be very successful. All right, the second group of objectives is explain how the information age, oh, if I could read, places new demands on our educational system. You're taking an online course. You could never take an online course before unless we had this ability to put material online, be able to communicate with each other through some method. But that's just one component. You probably use your phone over and over to be able to look things up. We no longer worry about knowing facts because we say we can look facts up. We are more concerned with critical thinking on how to use those facts. Describe several ways digital technology is used in education today. So there was this cool, I just wanted to go to this, tools for capturing, editing, and sharing. And by the way, if you didn't come up with a good project, here are quite a few apps that you could use to be able to talk about and really put some meaning behind it. So for example, this one creates timelines. So if you were to click it, create beautiful timelines. So what happens here is we have all these tools that help us be able to use images to be able to suggest what we want to teach. And there's that saying, an image is worth 1,000 words. So I will put also this link for all of these different tools on our LMS too for you to see that. Well, let's see, what else do we have? Okay, the advantages and limitations of a computer and the internet. Well, the internet, let's just talk about the internet. What happened this week with the internet? Who knows? Did anybody pay attention to what happened with MedStar, the hospital chain? Well, MedStar this week was hit by what they call ransomware, a virus that said that we will destroy all of the information on for your patients and your files unless you pay us so much money. And the limitation is that there are people out there that are looking to actually do bad things to the data, because the internet allows other people to be able to get into things. So for example, you have a portal, you're able to get into a particular place within, an entry point to a database system, and people are able to use those to be able to do bad things. So that's a limitation of computers. Describe the role of digital information technology in our homes and leisure activities in coming years. A lot of gaming. How many of you do gaming? And gaming is actually a way to build brain power because it causes you to create, it requires instantaneous type of activity, critical thinking. And I'm not talking about Angry Birds, that's just not it. But very sophisticated games. World of Warcraft is a perfect example of a game. So those are the objectives for today. I thought you would enjoy that. I look forward to any comments. We have a great post this week. So have a good week, and I will talk with you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.